everyone, and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today we're looking at Little Darlings by Kelly Horton. So this is one of Kelly's books that she's got out at the moment, all kind of themed the same with these little girls and mermaids and fairies. Very charming, very whimsical. So the book itself is A4. It's an Amazon CreateSpace printed book, so as you'll know, the paper isn't thick or anything to shout about, but it will allow you to use any media that you want, and it's one-sided, so that's perfect. So this is the cover, beautiful coloured cover, and then on the back you've got a few more thumbnails of the girls inside and a bit of a blurb. It says, "Colour your way through the world of the Little Darlings. This edition is created with the magic of elves, mermaids and fairies." So that's what we're going to be finding inside the book. It says, "Each little darling has a personality of their own and is just waiting for you to colour them to life." Also included in the book is a colour swatch index and a skin tone practice sheet. It says that Kelly is a successful portrait artist and colouring book illustrator from England. So let's have a look inside. So first of all, got to mention that this book was bought as a gift for me from my Amazon wishlist by the lovely Maxine. So thank you so much, Maxine. Then we've got a little bit of copyright information and things there on the first page, and we're straight into the illustrations. So we've got the Little Darlings title page, a few little cute animals, very furry, very cute, and then the first actual illustration for you to colour. So first thing I noticed about this book and this artwork is that it's very, very reminiscent to kind of Jasmine Beckett Griffith's style. So you've got these huge expressive eyes, the small nose and mouth, the kind of big bobblehead look to it, but very, very sweet. And I love Jasmine's work as well, so it's really great to have more work along the same lines. So as I've said, very, very charming, very sweet. You've got the little fluffy bunny rabbits. We've got some toadstool houses in the background. This is obviously a fairy. She's got her wings here. And I really, really like the backgrounds of these images as well. It's not just about the darlings. It's about the backgrounds and the scene that they're in. So as you can see, this is one that I've coloured already. It is coloured with Polychromos pencils, and I used a little bit of watered down acrylic paint just to wash over this part of the water here, so it would look like it's kind of underwater. So how you do that is really, really easy. First of all, you colour your image as normal. So I coloured her tail and the water and everything as normal. Then you just water down some acrylic paint, so it's kind of, really, really watery and runny, and then you just brush it across. You might have to wait for it to dry and do it a couple more times, but it does create this look of something being under the water or behind the water rather than sitting on top of it. So yeah, really pleased with how that turned out, especially the sky gradation is really, really nice. So this one here, we've got another mermaid. We've got a waterfall in the background with some more water. We've got a dragon and a castle, very, very fantasy this one. We've got the stream or the moat with the bridge over it. This one looks to be a queen of the elves, or the elf fairy queen, I don't know, but she's got these beautiful pointed ears, so we know that she's an elf. She's got the big cape with the jewels, the corset, and she's got some sort of staff here, so she's obviously got a really decent job in the elf world. Here we've got a really sweet little fairy, little young fairy. We've got her with her bee friends here, so this would be a really, really nice yellow and black kind of sunflowery bee themed page, I feel. Got another landscape orientated one here. We've got a darling with her horse, and this one has diamonds kind of sprinkled everywhere. This one's an under the water mermaid again, so we've got a big anchor here that she's resting upon, and then we've got all the shells and the fish and the coral and everything under the water. This is a really sweet one. It's very, very large, kind of up close image. It's a fairy. You can see she's got the wings, and she's catching her little butterfly friend there. We've got some really cute little flowers to kind of frame the image as well. So this lady is, it looks as if she, well, it doesn't really look as if she's anything. She could be an elf, she could be a fairy, it could be whatever you want, but it's definitely a wolf themed page, this one. You can see she's holding a cute little wolf friend. It could even be a fox. It's got a little, well, I guess it could be a fox. Why couldn't it be a fox? But I think it's meant to be a wolf. You can see she's looking up here at this silhouetted wolf howling against the moon. Really like the hair on this one as well, with this kind of 2000s style bit of hair that's kind of scraped back from your face and pushed up. And she's got the pearls in her hair as well. We've got another fairy here with some beautiful delicate wings. She's wearing a flower crown and she's holding a crystal of some sort. Again, gorgeous flowers here. This lady, she's got quite short hair, she's got a headband, so again, different kind of hairstyles for you to play with and try out different styles of hair. She's got her little doggy friends sat next to her. I'm guessing they're dogs, could be wolves, could be anything really. And then she's sat kind of nestled among the foliage here, so she's got these toadstools sticking out and leaves and little ladybugs, so you can tell she's a really tiny little fairy. So this girl has got like a My Little Pony theme going on here. So she's got a house in the background, which is in a tree trunk. You can see the welcome sign, again, the toadstools. Again, she's quite small and compact, so obviously a little elf or a little pixie. And really, really like the way her hair is twisted rather than plaited or braided. So again, different hairstyles for you to mess about with. This one is a little mermaid and she's surrounded by her orca friends, little baby orcas. They're so cute. I love orca. And we've got a rainbow going on here. We've got a waterfall in the background. Very exotic looking kind of rock pool contained illustration. This one, we've got some baby dragons, so cute. So this girl, not sure what she's meant to represent, but she looks really badass. You can see she's wearing this cape. She's got kind of a bit of a slight steampunk thing going on. She's got the tight corset, the khaki kind of combat pants, the long elbow gloves, and this really cool earring that she's got going on right up the side of her ear as well. We've got the castle in the background, again the dragons. You could even sort of make this a Game of Thrones Daenerys kind of illustration with 3 dragons there if you wanted to. So we've got another mermaid here sat on the rocks. It looks like she's in the middle of a storm. These waves look like they're crashing quite a lot. We've got a blue whale in the background and a huge sunset behind, or it could even be a moon, I guess. It depends if you want to theme it with day or night. But she's actually holding onto an umbrella, so I'm guessing it's definitely a storm going on there. But she's got a cute little floral bikini and really sweet braided hair with little tiny weeny flowers interspersed throughout. So this girl, again, I think this is a mermaid under the water. We've got seahorses just here, there and everywhere, little and large. Again, really sweet little flowers and quite another zoomed in close-up sort of portrait. Again, these girls do look quite different to one another. Even though they've got the same sort of look going on, they do have slightly different features. So you can see this one's got the larger lips to colour. She's also got fins on her arms, which is a nice little addition. And I really like her shell crown as well. So this girl looks very, very similar to the Game of Thrones one that I was talking about earlier. She's got that corset, she's looking really sort of like she's on a mission, but also the background, it looks a little bit softer and sweeter than that. So she's actually holding onto a little bird on her finger. She's got another bird down here, and yeah, just quite a simple one, that one really. This one is obviously the queen or the princess. She looks a bit bratty, to be honest, so I'm going to say she's a bratty princess. She's got the crown on, she's got the swan, of course, it's a very royal animal. She's also wearing what looks to be like a ball gown with this kind of, this cut of the gown at the top here, and some very expensive looking crystals. There's also some baubles here, so you could create this as a wintry or Christmas themed image, or you could turn them into fairy lights. It's up to you, have that kind of glowing thing going on. So we've got a mermaid here. She's sat on the rocks with her friend the seal, and she's looking off into the distance with the lighthouse and the village over here in the distance there. She's got sweet little wings as well, so she could be a mermaid fairy. Oh no, they're not wings, that's her tail. Sorry, that is her tail. It's kind of curving around her there. So yeah, she's definitely a mermaid, and she's got these kind of little frilly fins going on here behind her jawline, so very kind of hybrid sort of look to her. And I love this hair with the plaits going around. Got the mountains in the background, and yeah, really sweet one, that one. They're all very, very sweet. Another landscape one here. So we've got this fairy who's lying down on the ground. She's surrounded by rocks and flowers and ladybugs and toadstools, and yeah, it's all of the very much of the same kind of vein. In the forest, the little pixies, very nature inspired. This one here, she has a little dormouse on her shoulder, very, very sweet. We've got a moose, I think, or maybe a deer of some sort. I don't think it's a moose. We've got a rabbit, we've got an owl, and then kind of tree branches in the background. Again, you could make this a nighttime scene if you wanted to. I think the mouse and the owl for sure are nocturnal. The rabbit could be as well, so you could make it into a nighttime scene. This one, a mermaid again. So we've got loads of mermaids in this book if that's what you're into. So another kind of partially underwater scene where you could use that watered down acrylic technique there to get the look of underwater. So we've got another mermaid with little dolphins this time, and all the little fish and starfish and coral and things like that. This one is very much sort of, well, my immediate thought was Princess Jasmine from Aladdin because of the hair and the little band with the jewel around it. But she is a mermaid and she's opening her treasure chest underwater. So that is all 25 illustrations that I've shown you there, full style, full scale illustrations. This is those skin tone colouring practice pages that were mentioned on the back of the book. So they're all named, and you can see they've kind of been zoomed forward a little bit, and we've just got the faces that are captured there in these bubbles. And this is just for you to practice your skin tones before you actually go and colour the illustration itself, which is a really, really good addition, very helpful and handy, especially for those not confident with skin. So we've got all the girls here named, ready for you to practice. Well, this says skin tone practice sheet as well, but I guess these could all be practice sheets. This is the same girl, so you can just go ahead and practice highlights and shadows and things like that. And then you've got your colour swatch index built into the book as well, so swatching out all your different palettes of colours that you might want to use. Some very bright, bold, exotic colours, or maybe you want to tone it down a little, make it look quite vintage. Totally up to you. But that is the end of the book. So I think you'll agree it is a stunning little book. I've not seen it kind of coloured or mentioned a lot on the Facebook groups, so I'm thinking it's kind of a dark horse, this one. It's one that got away. I haven't seen it mentioned a lot, so definitely get yourself a copy if this is your kind of thing to colour. It's around £9.99 on Amazon UK and equivalent on Amazon US, and I'll be leaving the links in the description for you to buy. So once again, thank you so much to Maxine for sending this book from my Amazon wishlist so that I could show you all. And yeah, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.